It's our religion now, and it's in our blood, it's in our veins, it's everywhere. Ilawa, 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 Michigamura Garagaling Arame. Oh, Apana Wata, Taparika. Oh, Apana Wata, Taparika. Apana Wata, Taparika.
I just turned it down because our mics are on, so which were picking up everything. You ready to go? All right, Robbie, you're on.
Welcome to TIO Stadium. Palmerston versus Tiwi, second game of the round. I'm here with Ash Manakaris, season 2022-2023.
Yeah, Robert, we're expecting a big game.
Doing a minute silence here for W. Rioli. Both new teams in today. We've got Philip Wills in for Palmerston Ash. Adam Perry's come over from Saints. The Farah brothers are both there. Jonathan and Josiah. No Will Farah today. Cam Peterson's playing for Palmy from Melbourne Demon days. And then with Tiwi, we've got Johnny Tippelu's come over back from Wanderers with Stanley. Mikey Coombs is in from Palmy. Tiwi boys coming back to the Tiwi Bombers.
It is. It looks like a pretty strong side that Tiwi's were evenly matched, but probably the biggest name that's come into that Palmerston side is Eddie Betts. Yep,
Eddie Betts is in, which will be nice for the crowd today.
It is. Let's see how he goes on the broader. We saw him, of course, how he performed out of Palmerston last season in the home ground there, but looking forward to seeing what he can do here on TIO Stadium, which is actually looking a pretty picture at the moment here at Marara. In your opinion, these two sides will end up where? They both struggled last season, Robert.
Yeah, I have them down the bottom of the ladder, but I think Palmerston are sort of at that stage now where they've got to start getting a few more wins. 6 wins this year would be great for Palmy. Not too sure how they're going to get there, but I look at the top 5 the same as last year. Obviously, you were at the footy last night. Waratahs looked very ominous, and so Tiwi just getting back competitive, more competitive this season would be the aim.
It is. I will say to you, Waratahs last night set a benchmark not only in the way they played, but also their physical fitness. Be interested to see how these two sides cope. We had rain earlier today, which in the top end has its benefits because it cools things down earlier, but can make things steamier later.
Oh, yep, certainly. It's got the Nichols medalists in the middle here at Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie's lined up there, and he's a great acquisition. It's good that they can get him through round 1 and get things started with him straight away. And they've got Tristan Wack. I don't know if you know much about him in the ruck straight up, Palmerston.
No, I don't know too much about him. We see Braden Wiley's gone to Guthrie. I wonder if that'll be a bit of a run with. He's got the arm across.
And you've got Cruz in the middle for Tiwi.
No Ash Hams either today.
Michael Gale is going to start the game. Cruz wins out suitably. Whack though, sharks the ball. It's quick booted straight off there by Closey. Closey sends it up. There's a contest, knock to the back. Tiwi have got it loose on the ground. Handballed out. Trying to wrap it around. There's Betts now. Ominous. Straight away, right foot snap. Across the face of goal. Contest in the square. Tapped and through for the first point. Well, Betts immediately was onto that. Tiwi looking to bring it out. They just decide at the last minute. Travis Tambling wants to give it off to a teammate.
I think that might be Nicholas Hooker, is it?
Hooker goes up, long, searching left foot, outside the 50. 2 in the air, but it's a big grab from the ruckman Wake. Straight away, he's short. Sends it in. Socket off the ground. Cleaning it up there, though, is Adam Tippenwoody. He's got space. Underground grubber kicks, not that good. Tambling tried to pick it up and spin out of trouble. Couldn't. Loose. Now he gets it back. Handball over the top. Tiwi get out of trouble for the time. Back to the middle. It's a foot race here. It's 1 bounce. It's 2 bounces. Tristan Singh Lippo over the top. He could have gone over the top to it. I think he might have tried to get it to Stanley Tipalura. Of course, Tristan Singh Lippo was the medalist. In fact, a free kick's been paid.
No. Yep.
No?
A Barla medalist last year, Singh Lippo,
no.
for the Tigers.
So the ball's going to be thrown in about 5 metres around from the point post there. Tiwi kicking to the airport end here at Marara. No discernible breeze to really think of. Whack up in the air. They bring it out through Guthrie to the Palmerston Magpies. Ducking his head. Play on is the call. Here they come. No, still loose. Tackled without the ball. Free kick will be paid. Looks like Guthrie again. Sends it forward. Chopped off though. Is that Hooker?
Yep, looks like Hooker.
He balks, plays on, gets onto that left foot. Here's again. Coombs was there. Whack the ruckman, very mobile early. Getting his hand on it. Couple of quick hands. Hits the deck though. Socket on. Still loose. Here they come again, and more quick hands, this time from Cam Pedersen.
Tiwi very slow to react there.
Well, they kept the ball moving forward, the Magpies. Brendan Cantilla out to Cruz. Cruz has got time to have a look. Jonty Patrick showing him where the mark was. Now he's been called to play on. Cruz over the top. Finds Thompson. Thompson again. Little chip around to Cantilla. That's Brendan Cantilla. And again, good strong mark under pressure there from Tambling. Travis Tambling looks further upfield. He's got a kick to a contest. Bit of a hold. Play on is the call. Wrapped up there was Jonathan Farrer, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Austral. Ball's gone out of bounds.
Very free-flowing game early here.
Well, Tiwi holding their own in this. Cruz versus Whack. Cruz, big swing. They both missed it in the end. Now it's picked up. Hurried kick to a contest. Going back and taking a steadier is Closey. Closey then kicks it up the line. Oh, big strong mark there from Pedersen. Pedersen puts it straight on the boot, looking for Betts out in front. Good contest there. Tippenwoody. In fact, it's not Tippenwoody. It was Edward Purintadameri Dunn. Well, he put Eddie Betts under pressure there. He's going to have to do that.
Yeah, good closing speed on it.
We see Phil Wills looking to come on, or walking and giving instructions there at the interchange for Palmerston. Whack, front position. And the ball goes out of bounds again, right where it was thrown back in. Guthrie guides it out. He's the captain today. Palmerston really have recruited heavily in this off-season. Cruz got his hands on it. Guthrie, though, taken high and ripped down. And he'll go back and take the kick. Play on is the call. Braden Wally there. Giving it away. Pedersen with a strong set of hands.
He's given him a few nightmares early, Pedersen, with those hands. Guthrie's getting his hands on the foot. He's had 4 or 5 touches early here.
So Guthrie's actually proven his worth. So too has Wack the ruckman. So he's giving him first use. Guthrie was just in there then. And Pedersen proving mobile across that half-forward flank.
Pedersen, Betts and Farrer up forward. Very dangerous.
Pedersen from outside the 50. Drives it long.
Beautiful. Never
looked like missing. Has gone through. And the Magpies are on the board.
Couple of nice grabs there from Pedersen. Really presenting well. Dangerous forward line there with Pedersen and Betts. Getting that footy in nice and hot.
Well, they've opened up. We've gone 6.5 minutes into this first term for that first goal. Robert, I don't know what you think, but Palmerston just looks a little bit more structured.
Yeah, a little bit more structured. You had Wilsey on the bench there yelling out, barking orders. Had a free there. Clarence Baird sitting behind the footy. Another player with Tiwi connections. Got a free kick here.
Well, they're just talking about how many are in there, and they're just saying get on with it. Cruz versus Wack, one out by Wack. Guthrie got his hands on it again as well, trying to keep it forward. Free kick's been found, out of zone, high tackle. It'll go to Guthrie.
That's 50.
Yeah, I'm benefit of the doubt there to Mikey Coombs. In fact, the 50's now been paid. I would have benefit of the doubt there. I didn't know. I didn't think Michael knew who it was going to.
No.
Now Guthrie is well within range. He's actually going to kick from about 25 out, directly in front after that. He kind of stabbed it a little bit, and as a consequence, he's pulled it to the right and through for a point. Well, you kind of got to make sides pay for that sort of stuff, I would have thought.
Yeah, hopefully not ruin that one later. Hooker again with the big leg, kicking out from fullback.
Gets it long, drives it long. 70 metres cleared from goal. Loose on the ground out near the boundary line. Here they go again, the Magpies trying to bring it back inside their 50. Still loose, pile on. The umpire says, give it to me and I'm going to ball it up.
Tiwi going with a very small forward line today.
And they're trying to use their pace. Here they go. The bounce is a luck. That was Sing Lippo. Oh, he's had to go to his knees. Not a great handball, but they've got out of it here, Tiwi. Now, can they find someone inside? Looking for Kim Cantilla, loose on the ground. The Magpies get away with it and it lands in the hands of Guthrie. Just in the right spot. He looks out and picks out Closey. Closey's got a little bit of space. Again, he could go short again to Guthrie. Ignores him. No, it's going to be chopped off this time. And the Bombers will repel it and go forward. They've got a bit of an overlap in time here. Off hands, loose. Held without it. Play on is the call. Trying to pick it up there was Edward Turner. Back inside. Here we go to Cantilla. Cantilla right foot bouncing through for a point.
Tiwi getting all their forwards up the ground here and then trying to beat them back with pace.
Yeah, Turner was a bit unlucky then, I thought. He clearly grabbed without the ball. Play on was the call. They got out of trouble though. As we see Clarence Baird running it out of fullback. He's had to kick to a contest though. Guthrie's had to beat 1, 2, puts it on the boot. Hasn't really gone anywhere, smothered under pressure. Still loose in that left forward pocket for the Bombers. Now it's picked up and out. The Magpies steady it down. See if they can find a way out through Closey. He takes a mark under pressure from Tristan Lippo Singh. Not a great kick from Closey. He slams the ground in sort of disgust.
Hooker's setting up behind play here, which is really good. A quarterback sort of role for Tiwi, with Mully Cruz as well.
Well, they're going to have to lock this in. Ball hits the ground. Wake couldn't grab it. and a high tackle's been found. Just got to see who it goes to. It goes to the Tiwi Bombers.
Dion Monkara.
And Monkara will go back and this is well within his kicking distance, you would think, Robert.
Yep. Dion's been a very good player for the Tiwi Bombers for a long period of time. Had that goal celebration 4 or 5 years ago, tribute to the Japanese airplane crash over in the war, and that was one of the best celebrations I think I've seen in territory footy.
Well, he's going to go back here. I think he's probably just going to want to aim just slightly to that left upright. In fact, he goes in short and picks out a teammate who can't handle it. It was a bit hot for him. Bit loose on the ground, taps it out. Tristan Singlippo with a snap.
It's looked lively, Singlippo, for him.
He has.
He's married into the Dunn family, so he's moved over to Garden Point, and I think that's where the connection is now, playing for the Bombers.
I understand. Well, I would have... I don't know if I was Brenton Toy, I would have wanted Dion Montara to take that shot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Personally. Baird trying to pick out a teammate, and he does. Joshua Scott. Scott turns on his right. Oh, kicks it to a huge contest there, 2-on-1. Got taken out. There's Brendan Cantilla. Slow to his feet. Slow to his feet is Farah.
Singlippo again here in the pocket. Very active early.
Well, let's see what he can do here. He started this game with enormous intensity. He's been very active, very urgent. He's already had a couple of shots on goal. The Bombers are yet to open up their account. Let's see what happens. Got a great view over his right shoulder. He comes back, leans into it a little bit. It's going to go across the face. It's going to stay in. Cantilla with the right foot. Can't do it. Play on is the call. Whack the ruckman. Gives it off to his running teammate in Jonty Patrick. Patrick goes back in board looking for Pedersen. Pedersen overruns it. It's loose out there through Dion Monkara. Handballed up in the air to no one really. Pedersen with quick hands out. Here they go now, the Magpies. They've got space and they've got an overrun through Heath Morgan Morris. Can he pick it up? Fumbles it once. Under pressure now. Can't get away from William Madden. Oh, picked up beautifully one-handed there. Was that Betts?
Yep, Betts.
Betts has picked that up one-handed. No, in fact, it wasn't. I'll just try and get a hold of who that was, but in fact, it was Cox, one-handed. They're going to get out of there, though. The Bombers, loose on the ground, sent half back. Keep it moving forward, tripped over his own feet, but the umpire's paid a trip. Advantage is now paid to the Bombers. It comes over the top again, and there's that man, Singlippo.
He's been everywhere early, Ash. He's had his 4 or 5 touches.
He has. Already very constructive first quarter. The Bombers now. They've got to find a way in. Farah picks it up. That's Jonathan Farah. Letting it bounce. Got space. Got held. That was Roach. Over the top to Rodney. Now they've picked up off hands. Cox again couldn't quite hold it. There we go. Right foot snap at goal. Morgan Norris. It's going to bounce through for a point. Well, they can't afford that sort of turnover, can they?
No, they
can't.
The
Bombers, they can't sort of afford that sort of rebound.
No, they've been setting up pretty well behind the footy, but right then they just got really caught out on the turnover. Will's sitting in the corridor. No one within him for 30 metres.
And as they come out now through Stanley Tipalura, over the top. Monkara back inside. Slow build. Good work. Mikey Coombs. And another good work. They're just keeping possession. Monkara again. Looking for someone to kick to. Loose over the top. Here we go. The Tiwi Bombers leading the race to the ball. Pick up, quick kick, and it's come in the form of Edward Turner, who puts the Bombers on the board with a right foot snap in that goal square. Fantastic effort.
Great stuff from Tiwi, their ball movement. You want to get the ball, the hands in of Dion Monkara, their beautiful slice kick straight through the corridor, opened up Palmerston. Palmerston going to be a top 5 side this season. They've really got to defensively improve that area.
I will say the Bombers were methodical in the way that they moved that, in the way they chipped it around, which is probably the Tiwi Bombers we saw in those years when they were in the top 3, top 4 and premiership teams.
Yeah, with all these kids, they're going to need Munkara and these blokes and Hooker to really set them up from the back half and get those young kids moving forward.
16 minutes gone, 10 plays 8, 2-point ball game. Quick hands out through Lambton. No. We're going to have a restart. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, they hadn't set up properly in the back half of the field. Yep. So now they'll restart. Pedersen's gone into the ruck. Cruz over the top. Very good tap, ruckman, to Wills. Wills just sends it forward. That's his first kick for the Magpies.
Now Pedersen's sitting behind the footy.
Yeah, we'll have a ball up in the middle there. The last one off the ground there was Joshua Scott for the Magpies. Whack, tries to come through. Betts came teaming through, couldn't end up with it. Lambton overruns it, then he's knocked off the ball. Braden Rioli looking for Wiley. Wiley puts it on the boot. Oh, big contest. Well, Nathan Jakura was a push out. I'd love to see that on replay. Clarence Baird. Baird told to play on now. He's had his chance. Guthrie's there. Lambton couldn't quite hold it. Loose. Guthrie though. Wiley runs into Guthrie. The good tackle forces the turnover onto Green. Under pressure, the Magpies, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Patrick just carries it over.
Not too sure if Guthrie's come off for a spell yet. It looks like he needs one.
Yeah, I tell you, he's certainly putting in the efforts, putting in the yards, leading from the front as the captain. Cruz gets front position, but Pedersen wins it out across the top. Loose on the ground. Free kick's been paid, holding the ball. That was Wills doing the hard work. He puts it over the top. Interfered with, though, by Michael Thompson. Magpies definitely trying to keep it moving forward. Picked up, though, by Coombs. Coombs can put it on the boot. He's put it way out in front of Kim Cantilla, who's smart with body, picks it up, runs inside the 50, uses his full quota, then puts it out and wide off the boot. It's a 2-on-1. Munkara's there, the balk. Then Munkara got wrapped up by Guthrie. And the Magpies will get out of trouble through Closey. Closey across to Lambton. Lambton, centre wing. Oh, it's an underground kick, not great to Farah. Farah, clean kick up, clean hands. Gives it back to Lambton. Lambton with the left foot. Magpies looking further afield. To Cox. Cox inside. Adam Tippenwoody cleans up. Gets it back. Turns in a circle. Left foot hurried. Here they go. They got out of trouble there. Dunn back inside. Picks out Brendan Cantilla. Cantilla's looking back in board. He's going to go. That's a risky play at this stage. But anyway, they've got away with it. Cantilla across to Cruz. Cruz has got space too. They've got loose players everywhere here, the Bombers. Edward Turner tries to run out his player, but he's chased down beautifully by Patrick.
Paid a sling tackle here.
And he's paid a sling tackle. Well, Patrick should feel a little bit unlucky because he has really run him down.
Brendan Cantilla as well across half-back was a shining light for Tiwi Bombers last season, I thought. So he started well early.
Well, just being told here that, in fact, the free kick is to Edwin Turner, even though Travis Tamling was trying to take it.
Yeah. Farmy set back really well here. Pedersen in the hole.
Pedersen's in the hole, loose player looking up forward. In fact, they've got 2 loose players. They still managed to get out of trouble to the Bombers. And they've picked out William Munkara, who goes over the top, and he's really... And Pedersen has read that beautifully and just chopped it off.
William Munkara, the son of Simon Munkara as well.
Andrew Green kicking to a contest. That was Patrick. Oh, good hard contest. Closey, balks, then gives it over the top. You got a running Nathan Roach. There's Whack. Then Roach soccers it forward. One will have to do the shepherd, and that's Roach. Whack picks it up, beats one.
Square.
Loose inside, Roach back on his feet, gets driven to the ground, play on's the call. Here they come, the Bombers out of trouble. That's good. Loose on the ground, Coombs can't get it.
Beautiful Chicka Harvey.
Here we go. The Magpies into the goal square. Oh, having a shot at there was Baxter Mensch.
Gave it a good go.
And he's hit the post.
A lot of side here, a lot of space here in front of the Wanderers grandstand side here on the Wanderers wing.
21 minutes gone. 1-5-11 plays 1-2-8. Wiley with the ball. Brendan Cantilla.
There he is again.
Yeah, he's been active across half-back. They've had their runners. Loose ball. That was a... Pedersen just let that tackle get away from him there, and Sylvester Tipalura is going to get a free kick, which I'll put it to you, he earned with a 100-kilo man laying on him. And that's the quarter-time siren here at Marara.
Yeah, very open footy to start with there. Not a lot of contests, a lot of ball movement. Both sides seem to be trying to use the corridor. Palmerston going against the scoring end historically, so they're in a good position here.
So Palmerston lead the Tiwi Bombers. 1 goal 5-11 to 1 goal 2-8. It's a contest.
To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Oh, picked up by Makar. Beautiful.
Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip sorter.
From the pocket, and he's
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. You're watching the 2022-2023 AFL NT TIO season opener with Palmerston against Tiwi Bombers here. Palmy 1-5-11, Tiwi 1-2-8. Few starring players early. Guthrie had a lot of it. Pedersen was good up forward with a few clunks. And also for Tiwi Bombers, you had Sing Lipper up there coming from the Nightcliff Tigers, was also good Ash, as well as Munkara and Brendan Cantilla.
Yeah, they're the Tiwi Bombers certainly held their own against what is almost a star-studded Palmerston lineup. Eddie Betts in there, but I mean with Pedersen, with Guthrie, you know, and Phil Wills, a couple of Nichols medalists, but they have done very, very well. They've been far more structured and far more methodical than I have seen Tiwi sides in the past.
Yeah, they have been, Ash, and I've liked how they've set up across half-back. Nick Hooker, David Mully-Cruz as well, sitting back there, and they're going to have to double-team Pedersen at times because he did take a few really nice marks through half-forward there.
I would think that Tiwi would be fairly confident that they are right in this. I got to say to you, Palmerston probably moved the ball in that first quarter a little bit better from the back half up forward. But the Tiwi Bombers never let them get away and put pressure on the players. They didn't drop off, and so they continue to put pressure on the ball carrier, which is a very positive thing. Yeah,
that's what Brenton Toy's going to bring back at Tiwi's, that real coach. It's a real game day coach, so going to keep driving those standards.
Well, we're just about to get underway here in the second term. 1 goal, 5-11, Palmerston lead. Tiwi 1 goal, 2. Palmerston now kicking to the airport end. Whack in the... has gone into the middle. Cruz just lets him jump alone. Ball comes down. They can't get it out. Still loose on there. Now it's chipped out. Lampton, left foot. Pedersen through his hands. Betts one-handed, then straight onto the left foot boot. And it's gone out of bounds. Well, that's reminiscent of his first attempted goal in the first quarter. And how quick was that?
Very quick. Hopefully not dangerous signs for Tiwi early. Eddie Betts out of the goal scorer as well. Get that footy in nice and hot to him.
But I mean, he hasn't even grabbed it. He's just sort of tapped it onto that boot. Tiwi Bombers kicking a cross goal, which is a little bit gutsy in these conditions, and they're going to pay for it through Wills. Wills gives it off to a teammate in Scott. Scott can't quite clean it up first time. They're going to get out of trouble here, I think, Tiwi. Certainly they're going to get it out from their forward 50. It's in the centre of the field, picked up there. It's gone to Whack. Whack now on to Clarence Baird. Baird with a short chip. Can't have gone 15. Play on. Wills back to Baird. Baird with the right foot. Long sweeping kick has put that through. And the Magpies are on the board for their second goal. And Phil Wills goes in to congratulate his running halfback.
Clarence Baird there, kicking that goal from centre half back, coming through the middle. Bit of follow-up with footy.
Well, that's a good sign. But, I mean, the Bombers made it hard for themselves then. They did well to get it back out of the 50, but they didn't have any runners prepared to put pressure on the ball carriers.
No, and biting off a few of those kicks in the corridor, just missing those crucial kicks in the D50 is going to really cost you.
Well, it was a costly error, and the Magpies made them pay. 2-5-17. Plays 1-2-8. We're just about to go 2 minutes here in the second quarter. No real breeze. If there's anything, it's favouring the Michael Long end to the left of your screen. Cruz. This time he competes, but he's beaten by Whack. Loose on the ground, close. He dives on it. Free kick's been found, and this time it'll go, in fact, to the Tiwi Bombers. Braden Wally kicks it over the top. Can't quite get a hook. Can't quite get onto it. Nathan Jakura. Turner's in there. Puts a tackle on. So too is Adam Tipperwoody. They're running it out now. The Magpies. Through Cox. Patrick. Then on to Whack. Here they go. Good build-up here from the Palmerston Magpies. One-on-one. Pedersen gets over there that help. He can't. Drags his opponent to ground. Let go. Play on is the call. They come across field. Ooh. Again, it's that risky, but it's landed in the hands of Michael Dunn. Dunn gives it off to his running teammate, and it's the man of the moment, Tristan Singh Lippo. He has a bounce, then puts it over the top. Again, looking for Jakira. Jakira then with body work, it opens it up so Stanley Tipalura can pick it up. But the ball was a bit hot and out of bounds on the full. Out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Tiwi Bombers really need to use that switch and run and carry. That's what they've been known for to do. Eddie Betts there, just Michael Dunn just running off him. That's really how Tiwi are going to improve.
Well, they backed themselves, so their confidence is not gone. Whack brings it down to Wills. Wills with quick hands across to Guthrie. Nichols medals to Nickel medalist. Across to his teammate. They come back inside. Here they go. Handball's not great. Good physical contest still. Diving on it, though, was Nicholas Hooker.
Skill's very scrappy early, as expected early on in the season here, while everyone's trying to get their breath.
Some of the handballs not quite hitting the target. Whack just grabs it out of the air, brings it down. Braden Rioli. Cruz wrapped up, then tossed aside. Taken high, but kicked. Play on is the call. Backs to Mensch. Here we go. Stephen Lampton. Lampton sends it inboard to Pedersen. Pedersen just turns onto his right foot, looking for his teammate. Joshua Scott. Scott gives it out to Whack, who was run on. Now we've got a runner there in Nathan Roach. Roach across to Betts, and Betts just sneaks that through with the right foot.
Pedersen again there through centre forward, just presenting, getting the jukes out there and set up that play. Open forward line. It sort of seemed like they led to the similar spots, Eddie and other forward there, but Eddie ended up getting on a good recovery.
Oh, we've now got ourselves 3 goals, 5-23, plays 1-2-8. And again, the Magpies just punching it forward, picking out a big target. But Betts then, that was just a quality goal.
Yeah, it was, and having Stephen Lampton there free in the middle, his skills just hit that nice little target to Pedersen, opening up the game.
Well, they've got a bit of space. Cruz versus Whack. Run out. Cruz gets it over the top. Good pressure on. Can they keep moving it forward, the Bombers? Lampton back to Guthrie. Guthrie picks out Lampton. My mistake. Lampton now. The kick was good. Lead was on, and it's kept it in. It's come back to Lampton, though. Bombers under pressure, 3-on-2. Now there's a turnover. Clarence Baird. Baird picks out another teammate. Then Morgan Morris. Pedersen playing rover. Eddie Betts gets it, taps it to himself. Then Dunn taps it away from him. Betts follows it up with a tackle. He's picked out Kim Cantilla, advantage though, and it goes away to Nagalawa. As Dion Munkara will clean up the contested ball. Dion Munkara finds Michael Thompson. Thompson then back onto Munkara. This time onto Braden Rioli. Rioli up the line, left foot. Oh, Adam Tipperwoody with use of the body. Then earned or played for a free kick and got it.
You haven't seen much of Adam today. He needs a big game.
He went to go, tripped over his own feet. Play was stopped. Tipperwoody though. Well, the kick's not great. He's put his teammate under pressure at John Tipalura. Guthrie is there. Mr. Everywhere is Guthrie. Across to Harvey. Harvey with a kick to the teammate. There's Whack opened up through the middle, the big ruckman. Now across to Phil Wills, who's running. Wills, he's got Closey out wide, far left. Here they go. He's got time to set up and look up. Held in the contest. Play on is the call. This time it comes to the ground and it's a right foot snap. And that looked like Scott. And Joshua Scott has put the Magpies' 4th goal on the board. And their 3rd for the quarter.
Seeing a little bit of the ball movement here that Palmerston's trying to implement here. Chicka Harvey, beautiful switch into the corridor, and they got to the other side, then they got back into the corridor there with Wills. Ball movement was actually really good there. A weakness last year at Tiwi Bombers, they gave up a lot of marks and that sort of defensive aspect, and it's sort of hopefully they don't drop their heads here and can get the next one back.
Well, I just think that Palmerston perhaps has lifted a gear, and it's up to the Bombers now to try and go with them.
Josiah Farrer on the ball here, which is a really good move. Get him in there.
It is, and it's a good sign for a club if you can put Josiah into the middle and not have to worry about him being a ruckman as Whack. Won out that contest. In the end, it was Kim Cantilla that put it on the boot. The mark there gets taken by Andrew Green. Green gives it out wide to Wills. Wills has got space closed on him, though, by Turner. No Wharf. Wharf gives it over to the top. Whack. Back to Wills. Running Lambton. Chipped over the top. There's space, and there's Farah. Josiah Farah. He's got a lead. That's Pedersen. Pedersen with body. Well,
I don't know with Pedersen. He's got one of these other big backs for Tiwi. He's just going to have to go to him, I feel.
well, he's going to be difficult for any defender to stand. I think the only way you're going to stand him is actually to be mobile on him and just constantly run off him. Yeah. Force him into a contest and then run off him.
He's definitely been one of their better players today.
He has. The contested mark is his forte. Pedersen comes in. He's only going to kick from about 42 out directly in front, and he's made no mistake with that. The Magpies get their fifth. 5 goals, 5. 35. Lead Tiwi, 1 goal, 2-8. We've gone 9.5 minutes in this second term.
Yeah, just from that contest there, Ash, the moment that ball switched out and Philip Wheels had already gut run to the wing there. That's the sort of leadership he's going to have to bring to Palmerston. And you had Wharfie running off there to get a handball, Clarence Baird, Stephen Lampton, those runners. That's what they're in the side to do. Listen to the leaders there, and they should be playing some good footy.
Well, they're certainly not afraid to move the ball around, and they're certainly doing the work in the traffic. We'll go back to the middle of the start here. We're just waiting on everyone to set. Cruz wins that out this time. It's Guthrie that cleans up, though. He gets wrapped up, tossed off the ball. Farah can't pick it up, neither can Cruz. Farah dives on board. Jakura's there as well. And the ball will be given to the umpire, and they will ball it up about 10 metres and about 10 metres from the circle.
Blood rule maybe for Cruz?
Well, he didn't signal a blood. I don't know if it is. We'll see if he comes off, but I don't think it is a blood rule. Beaten out by Jakura. Guthrie wrapped up by Jakura. Still loose. Forces the turnover. In there was Turner. A free kick's been found and paid an advantage. Now it goes out wide to Cox. Cox has got so much time he has a bounce. Then has a look inboard. He picks out Whack. Then across to the running Harvey. Harvey has gone in short to his teammate who lines it up, and I just couldn't pick him up there.
A lot of Tiwi boys walking at the back of that stoppage. Out to Singlippo here.
Singlippo fumbles but has time to pick it up. Not a great kick. He still managed to pick out a teammate, but picked up there by Jonathan Farah, who goes in, get beautiful chest mark there to Scott.
I like the way Palmerston are lowering their eyes moving forward, not blazing away, because the hit-ups are there for them and they're using them.
Gee, they've got some options, haven't they, up forward, the Palmerston Magpies? I mean, if it's not Betts, it's Pedersen, and it's this boy here, Joshua Scott.
Yeah, and they had Josiah Farah there as well. That's 4 very difficult matchups, so it's good to have.
Joshua Scott, not really sure. He's going to go back and dob it, I think, from 52. Sits it up high in there. Betts flies off hands. It's cleaned up, though, by Brendan Cantilla. Across the goals, and he picks out another teammate, and it's Michael Thompson. Thompson has time. Wills chops it off, though. Phil Wills read that beautifully. Wills looks inboard. He's got Pedersen if he wants him. Flying across the top was Pedersen. Munkara, loose, weaves his way through. Then a left foot sits it up. Flying through there was the big boy in Michael Coombs. Loose on the ground. A big hip and shoulder by Edward Turner. Punched away. Guthrie read it best. Now he's given it across to his teammate in Mensch. Mensch, though, unfortunately picks out Nathan Jakura. Jakura goes across side.
It's taking a bit of sting out of it now, Tiwi.
Well, they've got to try and settle it down. They're about halfway through this quarter. And very difficult for them, because I think there is a slight favourability to that airport end.
Yeah, definitely, Ash. And Toysey did say during the week when bad turnover here.
It is Pedersen, cuts it off, loose, soccers it inboard. Betts can pick this up, give it off to a teammate or score himself. Take your pick. He had a hurried shot. It bounced through for a point.
I was going to say there, Ash, I've seen Brenton Toy recently, and he did say that the pre-season had been delayed a bit with a few obstacles, so they will have a later start to this season.
Well, you can argue that the coach of the Tiwi Bombers is actually, to be the coach of the Tiwi Bombers, probably the toughest coaching gig in NTFL football. You got 3 different places where people train, and you got to try and get everyone together at some point before a game on Saturday, which is tough. Well, the kick out. It was off hands. It's gone out of bounds. So Austral there just guiding it out.
Philip Wheels there sitting behind the footy as well, just controlling bark and orders and providing that leadership which Palmerston really need.
There's certainly enough Tiwi players around the ball. Pedersen picked up there by Cantilla. Hurried right foot. Thompson coming straight through there with speed was Purantatameri Dunn. Leading the race to this ball, though, will be Michael Coombs. Michael Coombs, right foot over the top into space, though. Clarence Baird gets it. Hurried right foot kick to his teammate Wharf. Wharf has got time to put it on the boot, and he does. He picks out Guthrie. Guthrie has space, but he decides to go inboard quickly to his teammate in Mensch. Mensch gives it off to the running Guthrie again. This time, taken high was Harvey. Play on is the call. Guthrie, though, cleans up the loose ball, then sets it up. He's got Scott cutting it off with Jakura. They can't pick it up. The ball's gone out of bounds. Travis Tambling there guiding it out.
The improvement this year, Ash, has to come from those kids at Palmerston. Clarence Baird, Wharfie, just taking some ownership down that back half.
It's good that that they have the confidence, and probably that's because of the senior players around them. They're able to run off that half back and do what they've done. Guthrie back in board. It ends up in Cox.
Jukes.
And Farah. It's Josiah Farah. Led the way, picked out then by Cox. And he'll go back, and this you would think is well within his kicking distance. No, but he gives it off instead to the Pedersen. Pedersen at 49, puts it on the boot. Long and straight and through, and the Magpies players pointed as it goes over the top of their heads. And the Maggies get their 6th. Takes them to 6-7-43 to Tiwi's 1-2-8. Well, we're opening up a margin here that is going to make it very difficult for the Bombers.
Yes, we are, Ash. The way Palmerston are moving the football, starting to see how Josh Heath wants them to play. The run off half back, lowering the eyes, and Pedersen just standing there by himself, just had to use him and used him to full effect.
Well, he just got his 3rd, so that was his 3rd. And Farah, it's mark of the team, isn't it? They're if you can score, I'm going to help you score.
I like the way they've set up defensively as well. Everyone's having a lick of the ice cream, so to speak.
It's hot enough for an ice cream today, Robert. Whack goes over the top. Though it's picked up by Dion Munkara, read it beautifully. Loose. Here they go with numbers again. Good chase down. Punched away there by Hooker. Now they'll get out of it hopefully through Tambling. Yep, Tambling picks out his teammate in Stanley Tipalura. Tipalura gives it off to Cruz. Cruz puts it on the boot. Looking for Adam Tipperwoody, who led the race to the ball, but the boundary line beat them. No, in fact, it's downfield. Cruz got taken after disposal. And Adam Tipperwoody will go back, and it looks like he wants to have a set shot. Very difficult angle. Right forward pocket.
Tiwi really need a settler here. Get themselves back in this game.
Well, they've certainly done enough work to earn a goal. As Adam Tipperwoody sets it up, gives it every opportunity across the face, but it goes through for a point. So they move to 1-3-9.
Interesting to see the ball movement here from Palmerston. Clarence Baird.
Baird runs it out, takes a bounce, and gives a handball off to his teammate. Now they've gone a bit short to Wharf. Wharf has a look further upfield. Pedersen's in the centre of the oval, and instead he's picked out his teammate in Mensch. Mensch looks like he's got Cox, has he? No, it's gone out of bounds on the full. Wiley with the ball. And he drives it long. Baird is there though. He was the only one in the contest really.
Now they're looking to switch again.
There's Patrick. Got plenty of space over here. They just need some runners to run into it, do the Magpies. As Patrick sends it long. Farah tries to dodge one, then has to hurry up and put it on the boot. It just goes straight up and down. Picked up though by Thompson. Thompson puts it on the boot. Here we go. Chance for the Bombers now. Oh, well, he had a chance to steady. No one was talking to him, and Tipalura has put it up and out of bounds on the full.
A few of the Palmy defenders there just ball watching, making sure they've got a pet back and pair off there.
Well, there was plenty of space, wasn't there?
Yep.
Mensch now working back. Out come the Magpies. Still loose. Jakura's in there. Picked up. Here they go forward. Scott, Pedersen, tap back by Scott. In there though to try and assist and clean up his hooker. Diving on the ground. It comes back to his teammate Madden. Madden gives it off. And they're going to get out of trouble here, I think, through Dunn. Dunn across to Tristan Singh-Lippo. He's been a little bit quieter in this quarter. But into it to Dion Munkara. Good build up here by the Bombers. Here we go. Munkara across to Cantilla. He goes in short and he's got an open teammate in the square, which was Tipalura again, unfortunately off his fingertips and through for a point.
Tiwi have dropped a lot of chest marks and marks today as well.
Harvey goes straight up the middle. Picks out Lampton. Lampton to Mensch. He's been active getting that ball out across to Guthrie. No, overrun though. In there was Tipalura trying to make up for earlier mistakes. Tipalura into Turner. Turner with a hurried kick, dragged off it. Play on is the call. Pedersen has an absolute country mile out here on centre wing. So much time he gives it over to Nagali. He's hurried right foot kick. Off hands, Betts. Quick hands to his teammate. Oh, underground, Scott was waiting at the end there, then fumbled it. Under pressure from Madden. And the ball's been locked up. And he's been done holding the ball, Scott.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage here of the 2022-2023 season. Tiwi Bombers Palmerston. Second game of the round.
Well, let's see. Madden's got to go all the way back across here. He's coming to the commentary side. The flyer was Jonathan Farah. And then he hurries up and gets it into Pedersen. Pedersen can pick out a teammate, and that looks like Mensch. Mensch hurried over the shoulder. Gives it off to a running teammate all alone, and that's Closey. So Sam Closey will actually go back and have a shot. I think the Bombers were of the opinion that at some point a Magpie would take a shot. Instead, they just kept running it in closer.
Yep, just chipped it around a bit. Tiwi hands on hips. They've got to get that positive energy back in and win this next clearance here.
So Closey there, adding to what has been an impressive quarter from the Palmerston Magpies. They have added 6 goals to this quarter.
Palmerston really need to worry, just putting a good score here, getting their season off to a good start here.
Well, with all the talk and hype about who's who and who they've recruited, I think they needed to deliver some. Very difficult to bring a whole heap of players into a side and make it cohesive. Whack, wins out E. This is good. Farah, Josiah, Mensch. Across to Josiah Farah again, left foot, chips it out in front. He finds Closey, the last goal kicker. Closey turns, sends it inboard. Pedersen over the top. There's Betts, dangerous. Tries to shrug off one. Then right foot outside. Gives it off. Here they come, Munkara. Dion Munkara. Jonathan Farah overruns it. Adam Tippermoody. He's got time and has a vision. Shane Ostrell. Here we go. Pick it up one-handed. Can't do it. Kim Cantilla. They're really trying it hard to keep it in front of them here. William Munkara. Kim Cantilla wrapped him up. Got him high. Free kick will be paid.
Wolf again. Off half back there.
Cox. He's got time and 50 has been paid. So didn't come back on the mark. 50 has been paid.
Pedersen has a bit of space pointing.
Cox picks out Guthrie. Looking for Scott off his hands. Betts is in there as well. Dunn cleans it up for Tiwi. Still loose on the ground. Mensch, quick hands. Called him a few times this quarter. Guthrie dives on it, drags it back in. Is he going to get pinged? No, he's not.
Great contest there from Guthrie. It's what you want from your captain.
It was. G. Mensch has been busy. Number 28 for Palmerston. Very busy this quarter. So is the ruckman.
Half-time at TIO Stadium. Palmerston Magpies 49 to the Tiwi Bombers 1-4-10. 3 goals to Cam Pedersen, former Demons player. Very good quarter from him. Guthrie, Wharf, usual sort of suspects performing well for Palmerston.
Couldn't quite take the mark, but they're still in the action. Morrison on the end of it gets a boot to the ball, and it's 3 for the first goal of the grand final.
On her own, you do not let her roam around on her own, especially about 30 metres out.
As we know, and that has gone through for a goal to Dominic Carbone.
And this is probably just on her range, so gets good purchase.
Wow.
And she's kicked it and she celebrates. Look at the celebration.
An opportunity as it's paddled forward, it's picked up and hand passed out wide. Here's a chance for Miller. She swings around on the right foot. Looks pretty good.
Ebony Miller.
So yeah, she gets her hands on the ball.
Yeah, it feels amazing, especially bouncing back from last year's grand final. Working hard consistently with the girls, and it's fulfilling to get this. There's a ritual from under 18s grand finals. I thought, I better bring it back. We won 3 in under 18s, and look, we're premiers now.
Congratulations, all well done.
Thanks.
Targets there, Wilkins. That's deja vu of the other week. Spills out of Collis. Collis on his left foot. He's hit that well.
Who's got him in the multi?
Right on the line. Umpire says that's a goal. First blood of the grand final of the Tars. Ball comes out there to Yaron, chased by his same number 11, Arada. Yaron ducks back in forward, and the hit's called a laced out.
It's a very important kick, obviously, across the stripe.
38-40. Umpire does not move a whisker. Corner likes it. Well done, St Mary's there on the board. There was Arnold. He gives the handball forward there. Kirtley's run on. Kirtley from 30, round on the right. Oh, quick silver!
The lad from Nooka. Look at him go.
Handball is to Long. They got a player running forward there. Now that is Land. Land goes on his left foot.
We pride ourselves on the same area as being a worker. Yeah, we've got blokes who, can win league medals. We've had players who've played AFL, but when you put this jumper on, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or what you've done. It's what you do in the jumper that matters most. So it's just a great reward for the guys that have put in the hard work, not just this year or the last 2 years, but the last 5 years, like I said, since we haven't won a grand final.
As a footy club, we've been growing pretty significantly over the last 6-7 years, and it sort of pretty much culminates this weekend for our first ever Men's Premier League game. So the timing was right to launch into a Men's Premier League team.
It's a whole new era. We've been sort of right up there and playing in grand finals, and I think the talk around town is why don't Pints put in a team in the Premier League? So we're probably getting into a position off field that we can do that, and why not? Why not step up into the higher grade and test ourselves? So it's a very challenging time, but you know, we're looking forward to testing ourselves with the Premier League teams.
We've got a special jumper for the day that sort of highlights a bit of our past, so they'll all get to wear that and we'll auction them off in a couple of weeks' time. So it has taken a lot of work, and there's been some key people who have done a huge amount of work, particularly over the last 12 months to get us here. But we'll see on Saturday, there'll be a big contingent of green and gold there, and it'll sort of make it all worth its while, and then as we develop.
Yo, my name is Vera, this is my son Basu, and we're training down at the beach for Auskick 2022. Yeah, when my kids got nothing to do, I take them down to the beach, play footy with my kids, run, do push-ups, do exercise. This is where they learn it from Auskick. Auskick, Auskick. We line up 2 bottles, make a little goal. It could be rock, anything, coconut. If they don't have footy, they'll kick a bottle or even a coconut, as long as it's something to kick with.
Yeah, so Vera's been sort of a revelation. She's a parent that came down at the start just to help with her kids who came down. She has not missed a beat, so she's turned up. She just said, Webby, how can I help? And, just started to give her a little bit each week, to the point where at week 4 or 5, she ended up by saying, Vera, you're right to go, you can be a coach. She's actually taken them for the last 4 weeks, and she's been our head coach, hence why she's now got an Auskick top, Auskick hat, and she loves it. She goes home, she teaches her kids.
I really love participating in Auskick, helping the others, playing with the kids, doing basic footy skills with them. I don't think that I'll be coaching, but yeah, it changed my life.
She's just everything Auskick's, about.
It's been pretty dry, but I suspect we may get some rain towards the end of this second half.
So this lead might be a bit handy for Palmerston if that does occur.
It certainly will in these conditions. 39 points the difference at the moment. Umpire Manning comes in. Wack, who has been a major contributor for the Magpies today, wins out. Guthrie dives on top of it. Closey's in there as well. And umpire Manning says, give it to me. I will ball it up again.
I reckon Guthrie's at it 15 times today easily.
Yeah, he's been a real workhorse, and I'm impressed with where he's gone and got it everywhere. Mensch been busy in that second quarter as well. He gives it off to his teammate in Patrick, who puts it up long and high. Betts was the flyer. Loose on the ground there is Dunn. Dunn right foot inside out. Courageous kick, but he backed himself and gave it off to a teammate. Sylvester Tipalura, he goes across bad, but it's intercepted back to Betts, and Betts just toe pokes it through, and Eddie Betts gets his second.
I didn't mind the switch there, Ash, from Michael Dunn. He's got the skill to do that, but what really caught my eye there was 3 Palmerston blokes had covered that exit, and that's really what Joshy Heath would really want to do. Want his players to be implementing when they do play those top sides from last season, having that exit covered. It's just a good way to play footy.
Well, we've just gone a minute into this third term. They're coach killers, those ones, though, Robbie.
Yeah, I think they had to hold the footy up, wait for the numbers to push over, because Palmy had them covered there. And
kick to a contest, but kick to a contest outside your 50.
Yep.
On the dead pocket. Cruz versus Wack. Wack wins it out, taps it well forward. Wills tried to run onto it. Eventually Adam Tipperwoody as well, falling over, can't pick it up. A diving Palmerston player, and that was Wills, ends up with it, and he'll get the free kick. Wills on the boot, sends it inside the 50. Betts in a contest with Dunn, beats out, then steps, handball, quick handball onto Pedersen. Pedersen onto his running Scott, and Scott cleans up and puts another one through within a minute for the Magpies.
Philip Wills there, lower and harder at the contest. Really good stuff from Willsy.
How clever was Betts in the contest? Kept his feet, and then quick enough for Pedersen to get the handball to Pedersen across to Scott.
Yeah, playing unselfish footy at the start of this third quarter, which is really good for Palmerston. Trying to put that quick scoreboard on. Just a bit of pressure on Tiwi. Tiwi boys starting to drop their heads now, going into this third quarter.
Well, Scott got his second. Palmerston got their second in 2 minutes. 9 goals, 7, 61. Plays at 1 goal, 4, 10. The Bombers, though, still show a little bit of endeavour, but Palmerston just has numbers around the ball. Cruz started on the other side. Here it comes Moncara. Beats one. Gets onto his left. Leading players off there. Singh dragged off it. Play on is the call. No, in fact, a free kick's been paid. Well, he'd earned that. Tristan Singh-Lippo. He needs to go back and earn this, put this through. He's had enough opportunity today, but he hasn't converted anything. Yeah,
that's true, Ash. He had a very good start in the first quarter. Went missing a bit in that second with a lack of opportunity, perhaps, and really needs to put this one through for the Bombers.
Well, it'll be good if he can slot this through for his own confidence. He was the under-18 Abala medalist for the league last year.
At the Nightcliff Tigers.
At the Nightcliff Tigers before coming across to the Tiwi Bombers. Little skip there in the step up. Right foot, leans back into it. It's a good looking kick off the boot, and they all get around him. That's his first Premier League goal. Tremendous effort from the young bloke.
Yeah, he just done the Xavier Dersma there, the old Baron Arrow. Good clearance there. I think it was from
Dion
Moncara there. Yeah, they're going to need those.
To a losing ruck.
Yep. So they're going to need those players to really step up from. I think Adam Tipperwoody made bigger effort from Adam today. Kim Cantilla's been around, but not as consistent. He's got Groves on him now. He's a good lockdown player. Hopefully we can get some more momentum here for the Bombers.
Well, Braden Wiley, Dion Moncara and Cantilla look out. They made up the Tiwi with Cruz in the middle. Make up the Tiwi Bombers midfield. Wills, Guthrie, Closey and Wack. So 2 Nichols medalists in there. Wack wins it out. Wiley gets it. Guthrie, though, is going to get the handball away. Cruz can't pick it up. Wiley, again, is wrapped up by Guthrie. He gets dragged down to the ground. And the ball play will be restarted. Tipperwoody. Stepped out. Munkara again. Cruz tried to get it away. Wrapped up though by Closey. Wiley with a hurried kick to nowhere, unfortunately. And the free kick's been found. We'll go to Wiley. Lucky for him. They're looking for a target. Tristan Singh Lippo presents himself, but he gets pushed out of the contest in the end. And it was Wharf.
There's young Wharf again.
Wharf plays on, gets caught, wrapped up, and he will go for holding the ball. Well, very, very clever there by Stanley Tipalura, who sharked him. Wharf went, but no one told him.
Come over to the Tiwi Bombers from Wanderers last year, and he played a lot of Div 1, but he also, for Mullawilly Magpies, he was kicked a lot of goals last year. I think he got best on in the granny in the TIFL granny. Right. So, only a young kid though, 18, 19 years of age.
Well, if they can get 2 in a row, then their confidence will certainly be boosted. Stanley Tipalura sets it up beautifully. What a great shot at goal. Sets it up nice and high, straight through the middle.
Yeah, he's a good kick of the footy, Stanley Tipalura. He doesn't really miss that often.
No. Well, they're back on the board, so having Palmerston Magpies kick the first 2 in this quarter, the Bombers have responded with the next 2.
Yeah, we're going to need Palmerston. A bit of a response from Palmerston here. You can't have Tiwi kicking the next 3. So let's see what Guthrie and the boys in the middle do here.
Well, I've got to tell you, the Tiwi Bombers have rotated the middle. Jakura's gone into the ruck, so an undersized ruckman. But he's in there with Puran Tatameri Dunn and Wiley, and then Adam Tippenwoody. Whack, Mensch, and Guthrie make up for the Maggies. Here we go. Wiley has space, just puts it straight on the boot. Tristan Singh Lippo, I'll get it out in a minute. Yep. He got hands on it. It's still loose, running forward in. A free kick's been found. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to the Bombers.
Bit of a momentum swift change here.
It's going to go to Thompson. Not quite sure what for. Perhaps we'll see a replay, but Thompson will have a shot directly in front. And you're right, Robert. The momentum has definitely shifted.
Seems like Wiley's gone a bit of a run with here with Guthrie. He's coming off now, though. We need Palmerston to respond here.
Well, let's see what young Thompson can do. He's going to kick a little bit close to the man on the mark for my money, but it's going to might sneak in, and it does. That's a 3rd goal for the Bombers, and that means that they are on a roll. And the rain is starting to fall here at TIO Stadium.
Eddie Betts is walking into the middle here, so I wonder what's going on here. He might be pushing someone out. I was just having a few words with him. So Wack and Guthrie here really need to get this next clearance with the other boys in there. We've also got Mensch.
With an undersized midfield, they're certainly winning out.
Yeah, you got
Coombs has now gone in there. Jakura's in there, yeah, but Coombs has also gone in there now.
And the weather's, it's a bit of rain coming in, Ash, so this doesn't, the bigger bodies will love this.
Let's see what happens from here. Slow things down. Wack wins it out easily. Guthrie can't pick it up. Coombs tries to get it off the ground. Play on is the call. The rain's starting to fall a little bit heavier at TIO. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll restart. We're going to see a little bit of this in the next quarter and a bit. 8.5 minutes gone. Wack wins out all alone. Diving on it was Jakura. Quick hands. Can't get it out. Free kick's been found. Push in the back.
Good spread.
It's going to go to Austral. Oh, punched over the top. It's all Tiwi though. All Tiwi bodies. They give Hooker time to pick it up. He gets taken out after the kick. Sweeping left foot, and there's a free kick downfield.
Good work from Hooker there. He ran off Pedersen there as well.
Backed himself. Bit close to the man on the mark. Play on now. He's got a lead. Off hands, falls forward. Until it picked up. Singh Lippo gets it, but then it's come straight away onto the right foot snap of William Munkara.
The son of Simon, beautiful.
And that's a cracking goal.
Yep, footy's in his DNA, that kid. That's the 5 goal scorers are all 18, 19-year-old kids. Willie Munkara would be 16, I'd say. So it's good for the future of the Tiwi Bombers, and Brenton Toy playing these kids. It's going to reap the benefits in the future for the Bombers.
Well, suddenly it is game back on here at TIO Stadium. 9 goals, 7, 61, plays 5, 4, 34. And the Bombers have scored the last 4.
Yeah, very quick scoring there, Ash. These conditions, just streaming it forward. Good coaching move also, putting Jakura in the ruck. It's given them something different.
It has, and they've been able to work straight off whack. The Palmerston ruckman. Yeah, he wins out easily. Guthrie, he gets overrun it. Still loose on the ground. Diving on it again was Guthrie. Punched out wide Jakura. Another quick hands. That was Tiwi Woody. Bouncing Dion Munkara. Quick hands again. Turner can't get it. They're trying to get it out. Now the Magpies are under enormous pressure here. They'll run away with it through Coombs. Free kick's been found, but it's going to go to Palmerston. Well, the umpire saying that Lambton got taken high there in that melee of hands. Guthrie drops what he would normally take, but it's slippery out there. Munkara putting him under pressure. Oh, he dives on it, then got jumped on. Bombers, spectators pleading for a push in the back. Play on was the call. It's gone out of bounds. It'll be thrown in right in front of the commentary position.
Wills, Farah and Guthrie around the footy here. They need this next clearance.
Hasn't been forward of the halfway line for at least 6 minutes. Jakura, Farah, then across to Tippamwoody, puts it on the boot, still loose. Lambton tried to get rid of it. Farah, quick hands out. Oh, it's going to end up inside the Bombers 50. Loose kick, a good contest, good spoil. Free kick's been found over the top.
Palmy to spread here. We've got an option in the wing.
Nagawali. Oh, bad kick though. It's been chopped off. Loose on the ground. They weighted down. It was 5 Magpie players around. Eventually someone picks it up. It's gone to Farah. Farah gives it over the top to Mensch. Oh, he's taken out, wrapped up by Coombs with a cruncher. This is the type of the kids. Here we go again, Coombs. Rioli sliding in there. The Bombers have lifted a gear, maybe 2 gears. Free kick's been found, paid off the ball. It's going to go against Mikey Coombs.
I think he tackled Wharf without the footy there.
Yeah.
Coming up for a spell, Mikey.
Well, he lined him up and hit him hard. Wharf will kick down the line to a contest. Pedersen, arms up. Dunn's there. Then puts it out. Good vision by Dunn. Picks out Adam Tippamwoody. Tippamwoody across to a running Sylvester Tipalura. And there's a scuffle. Just watch that scuffle down in front of the grandstand for us, Rob. It's over the top. The Bombers are on there. Forward there. And a great mark taken. It comes over the top to... Oh, as he kicked it up point. Well, that was young Stanley Tipalura trying to get it onto Tristan Singh Lippo. And just gave it a little bit too much Vegemite today, and it went through for a point. Jonathan Farah having strong words with Dion Munkara.
Yep, Farah coming off now.
There, this is starting to get a little bit heated out there in the slippery conditions. The Bombers may think they've got a sniff of this, and why wouldn't they? They've kicked 4 of the last 6 goals. Pedersen taken out over the back, all Bombers. Be cleaned up by Travis Tambling.
Dangerous kick.
Yeah, dangerous kick will be dropped. Slippery conditions. Wills eventually regathers. Here they go, the Magpies. Off Scott's hands. Quick hands. And a steadier comes through in the form of Morgan Morris for the Magpies. Yeah. And they just steady the ship.
11-point play there, Ash. Tiwi really, when they're going forward, they just got to bomb it to space if there's not an option. They don't have the tools there to bomb it to a contest. Bomb it to space. Those kicks across half back have cost them, and had to be better there with that decision in that goal square.
Yeah, but it's, yes, it should have been, and Stanley could have gone back and had a set shot at goal. But saw the opportunity there.
We need to keep pressing as well. They had a good bit of momentum there, and Palmy got one against the Tide.
Let's see what happens here, because this will be an important ball up. They have done really well out of the middle. Guthrie again wrapped up. Now it's socket forward. Let's see if the Bombers can repel this. Josiah Farah can't get rid of it. Neither can Jakura. Loose on the ground. Braden Cantilla's in there. Brendan Cantilla. Loose. Mensch. 3 goes. Eventually gets it. Smothered off the boot. Now they're having a look. Brendan Cantilla still can't get it. Now it's picked up by Wiley and a free kick's been found and will go to Farah, who was held off the ball.
Looking for his options forward. Pretty stationary up there.
Told to play on. Betts interfered. The ball was interfered. It looked like it was going to drop in his hands, but come back to Betts again. Betts with the left foot. Driving kick into Joshua Scott. That might be a goal. It's come off his foot.
Come off his foot there.
I reckon that's come off his foot. That's a goal. Instead, I think he's going to go back and pay a mark because Joshua Scott was interfered with in that marking contest. Front on.
Yeah, Palmy just getting another level back here after a bit of a momentum.
Eddie Betts, how good was that clean up and gather? And he's managed to get it onto a teammate who goes back. And so the steadier comes from 1 to 2 goals. Margin is a 12-goal-7. 79 score. Plays 5-5-35. Well, Bombers can't stop here.
Tiwi are a very momentum side, so they can't stop here. They've got to get a bit of confidence. They are going to historically the end that does yield the most goals, but Palmerston have had 2 quick ones here back. Put the scoreboard back out to that 6 goal margin.
Well, now both Joshua Scott and Cameron Pedersen have got 3 goals each.
Yep, Eddie chipping in with 2 there as well. Dangerous forward setup if you can get the footy in there. Seems like they moved Clarence Baird forward, have they? No, yet. For a different look.
Well, knowing what the commentary is going on in the midfield, but I'm kind of waiting for restart to play here. There's a hold. Play on now, Monkara. Out to Adam Tiff, and Woody's got to come back, has he? Because it was the other player in Wiley. Braden Wiley is actually going to earn that free kick.
Wiley's put a bit of attention into Guthrie as well this quarter, which is, just worked for the Bombers.
And still he finds Dion Monkara, who was still alone in front of Baird. So Monkara gets then no need for that whatsoever, and the free kick will be downfield as Wiley comes in to have a chat with Baird. It's pointless.
It's another 50
and it looks
well.
like another 50 because Baird looked like he just took a slap or a swing at Braden Wiley. In fact, this is going to put the Bombers right in the goal square.
Yeah, discipline has been an issue for Palmerston over the last few years, and we see a bit of it creeping in here.
Well, I think that perhaps Tiwi have deliberately, in that after the first 2 minutes of this quarter, gone out there to get under the skin of one or two. I mean, we saw Michael Coombs. We saw Michael Coombs take out Farah. Well, it's landed in the hands of Kim Cantilla, who's going to kick from about 22, 23 metres out directly in front. I won't give him the commentator's curse.
Fresh from a season at South Adelaide.
Beautiful.
Panthers.
Look at that.
Straight through.
All right, well done. So the Bombers get their 6th. And they go to 6-5-41. And they still trail the Palmerston Magpies, though, 11-7-73.
Yeah, a lot of positive start here for Tiwi for this third quarter, kicking a few goals, kids getting their hands on it. A couple of coaching moves in the midfield. Munkara's really lifted, and that's what they're going to need moving forward this season. I like Wiley going to that defensive role on Guthrie as well. Yep. Palmerston haven't reacted to that. Once you shut down Guthrie, it seems like there wasn't anyone else there, so let's see what Wills does here.
No, and they're neutralising, as a consequence, they're neutralising Wack in the ruck.
Yep.
And he is actually, because he's dominating, hand on ball, and Guthrie was getting it out through him in the first half. Cruz, though, wins that one down. Closey can't quite get it, and a push in the back has been given to Closey. And Closey will go back and have a kick.
Palmerston spread.
He's got the runner. Chipped over the top.
Good hit.
Yeah, there's the ruckman. Spills it. Slippery conditions, not surprising. Mensch tries to dance through trouble. Gives it to Farah. Farah's caught. Hurried kicks, just an up and under. Oh, Cruz went up. Loose on the ground. Bombers trying to get it out, still loose. Guthrie, though, as they get it out again quickly, through Travis, Tambling, still loose. Now they got the runners. Dragged down was Guthrie. Snapped quickly was Closey off the boot and off to the left. Tremendous effort under pressure and in traffic. Hooker will restart play. He'll go in short. Finds Dunn. Dunn has been quite good on Eddie Betts today.
Yeah, he has. He's been a good servant of the Tiwi Bombers, Michael Dunn.
Hooker there, getting it back. In fact, that was Wiley on the ground. Here we go. Tiwi Bombers trying to get it out. Tippin Woody in there. Picked up. Cox. Mensch overruns it. Can they get it out? Yes, they can. Cruz has got time. He's just got to put it on the boot. He's got several options. Townley's got to kick it and get it on. And the ball's gone out of bounds. In fact, that was Turner.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2022-2023 season. Second game of the round. After Waratahs thumped St Mary's last night, Ash Menakaris was there to witness that. And we've got a contest here in the wing.
We have, and the contest in the wing and a contest out on the field too. Loose on the ground. Cox picks it up, puts it on the boot. Hurried. Dropped. You've got to try and hold them in these conditions. Difficult, I know. Turner can't get rid of it. Loose on the ground. They're really working back hard there through Hooker. Now he picks out Tippin Woody. Underground kick comes to Brendan Cantilla. Cantilla, if he can pick it up, he's got time. There he does. Brendan Cantilla. Right foot puts it out in front of them of running Mikey Coombs. Big, strong body. He waited for his opponent.
Good contest.
It was a very good contest. Now Cantilla spins back around. Coombs again. Taps it out. Clever. Short pass in. Picked up, hit the ground. Snapping Ronkara on the right foot snap. Left foot snap. Through for a point.
It's the sort of stuff Mikey Coombs has to do for the Tiwi Bombers. Just tapping it on, winning that hard ball, get it out to those runners.
Good contest. Lampton. In fact, he's been told to bring it back. Be Cox. We'll restart play. Got a loose player out near the 50 with Wharf. It would be too far in the zone, I would have thought, with a heavy ball. So Cox instead goes out to the far side, scoreboard side here at TIO. Now they've got the runners. They've got three. Picked up by Mensch. Mensch's kick is not a great one. Slippery off the boot. Comes to Pedersen, cleaned up. Pedersen with a handball back inside. Here they come across the front. The flyer is Scott. Taken out of the contest. Hooker keeps it running forward. Picked up though by Closey. Then Mensch is in there. Throws his arms out. Loose again. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Here we go. The Bombers right in there. Taken high.
Yeah, free kick.
Free kick will go to Shane Austral. Austral put his head over the ball, and that would have been pleasing for Brenton Toyer. You want to see your players doing that in these conditions.
Yeah, they've definitely lifted, gone to another level, and so expect the Tiwi to be very good later in the year.
Munkara taken out of it, but here we go. Tristan, Sing Lippo, been fantastic. And I jinxed him.
Goes out there.
But gee, he's been good today. Starting to just...
Yeah, he's got the footy as well. It's gone out the back a few times, and good luck catching him when the footy goes out the back there for Sing Lippo.
Yeah.
It's got some wheels.
He's brought himself back into this game, which is not easy.
Wills
wrapped under pressure there. That was Stanley Tipalura. Jonathan Farah across to the running whack. Then puts it long. Oh, Betts.
That's a clock.
He's paid it. Judged it beautifully in the air. Iron grip.
Yeah, Mikey Dunn's been good on him today.
Well, he was in the contest then, Dunn, but I think basically, in a nutshell, he just got outclassed.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? And
Betts just showed why he played AFL at that level.
Yeah, Betts one out forward line would give you a few little nightmares if you're on him.
No, he'll go back and have a shot.
He's going for his 30, or Ash.
Well, this is well within his range. I suspect not only within his range, but his accuracy, right foot, and comes through just... Oh, he's hit the post. I just need to keep saying that because they're always missing, and I'm dragging that in.
It's Hooker coming out, is it? Yep.
Yeah, Betts has already kicked 2 for the day. Hooker, though, uses up his full 15. Oh, Jakira just drops on his fingertips. Now he's got to try and get up and get rid of it again. He's had it for a while, but the umpire says he'll blow it up and restart the game.
Getting into the last few minutes here of the third quarter.
11-9. Plays 6-6. Bombers really fought back hard. All right, as it comes out, Nagawali at the 50 will go back and just steady it down, and I'd suspect he's going to have a shot at goal. No one's moving for him, so they've got confidence. Drizzly conditions here at TIO.
It's a light pour earlier.
Yep.
Just after half time.
Made the ball slippery, and that seemed to play right into the hands of the Bombers. Bigger bodied players like Jakura, like Coombs. Not a bad kick.
Jeez.
Not a bad kick from Nagawali, just quietly. And he's put that through from 52 out.
Jonty Patrick, yeah, that is
Jonty Patrick.
Yeah, very good. One of their young kids as well, Jonty Patrick. I think he's been involved in the one of the TAC Cup systems and back at Palmerston, given back to his local club. So there is a lot of kids out there today, Ash. Both sides having a lot of 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, which is good for the NTFL.
Well, as you pointed out during the Tiwi run-on, their goal scorers were all teenagers.
Yeah.
Let's see how Cruz goes here. He's got Jakura to work with, and Mankara. Run out. Pressure put on. Jakura putting Guthrie under pressure. Free kick's been found, and a hold will go to Guthrie. Free kick. Well, first to the ball. Held off it a bit.
Looks long.
Just looks long into a contest. Pedersen's there. Bounced off Scott's head. Wills is in there. Oh, he scooped that up to Betts, who put it through and socketed it through for another goal. That's 3, although a question will be asked about whether or not it was a throw.
They're saying touched or...
No, he's going to go and have a chat to see if it was touched by the Palmerston player. If we can get a replay up. Okay, then we'll see... I suspect they're asking whether or not the Palmerston player, touched the ball. Yes, and in fact they're ruling that he did. So the Palmerston player in the square, when Eddie Betts socketed off the ground, may have accidentally or incidentally got a touch on it, which is why it's a point.
Unfortunate, it was a good goal from Eddie.
Looked good.
Yeah. Wills winning the hard ball and dishing it out to him, I think, was really what you want to see from Willsy.
Play on now. Runs around. Straight up. Palmerston players spoil each other. Jonathan Farah moves it forward. Brendan Rioli. Then back to Farah. Quick kick. Wills is there. Off his hands. Hooker coming through. He's teamed on by the Palmerston players, is Hooker.
It's been a bit of a shootout this quarter, Ash. 10 goals, I believe it's been.
Yep.
5 apiece, so very even.
Didn't look like it was going to go that way in the first 2 minutes of the quarter as Betts balks, dummies around Dunn. Then back to Closey with an inside-out kick. Scott couldn't quite get control, and it's just bombed straight outside the 50 to the 50. Tiwi trying to get it back out. Jakura's on his hands and knees. He wants it out. Here it comes. The Bombers just trying to get some time and some space, but it's picked up and cleaned off. Here they come again.
Oh, got Paddock here.
Now they've got a turnover. Mikey Coombs.
Tipalura one out.
Oh, taken high, I thought. Play on is the call. Dion Mankara putting the ball carrier under pressure. He's stolen it back. Stanley Tipalura's and they wrap him up.
If I'm Brenton Toy, that's what I want from my forwards there. The ball hit the ground. Tipalura, Mankara, straight
Second
on
efforts.
Second efforts, pressure.
You want them to follow up. If it's going to come back out, you want them to make them earn it. Coombs, Dion Mankara again, just using his body to keep him off. Mensch off the ball. Mensch cleans it up, just takes a step, then puts it upfield. Turner chops it off, and the siren sounds. Well, he's not going to back himself and have a shot.
TIO Stadium here, it's 12-10-82 Palmerston, 6-6-42 for the Tiwi Bombers. A great third quarter there, 10 goals scored.
Couldn't quite take the mark, but they're still in the action. Morrison on the end of it gets a boot to the ball, and it's 3 for the first goal of the grand final.
On her own, you do not let her roam around on her own, especially about 30 metres out.
As we know, and that has gone through for a goal to Dominic Carbone.
This is probably just on her range, so get good purchase.
Wow.
She's kicked it and she celebrates. Look at the celebration.
An opportunity as it's paddled forward, it's picked up and hand passed out wide. Here's a chance for Miller. She swings around on the right foot. Looks pretty good.
Ebony Miller.
So yeah, she gets her hands on the ball.
Yeah, it feels amazing, especially bouncing back from last year's grand final. Working hard consistently with the girls, and it's fulfilling to get this as a ritual from under 18s grand finals. I thought, I better bring it back. We won 3 in under 18s, and look, we're premiers now.
Congratulations, all well done.
Thanks, Nick.
Targets there, Wilkins. That stays over with the other week. Spills out of Collis. Collis on his left foot. He's hit that well.
Who's got him in the multi?
Right on the line. Umpire said that's a goal. First blood of the grand final of the task. Ball comes out there to Yaron, chased by his same number 11, Arada. Yaron ducks back in forward, and the hit's called a lace out.
Very important kick, obviously, across the stripe.
38-40. Umpire does not move a whisker. Corner likes it. Well done, St Mary's there on the board. There was Arnold. He gives the handball forward there. Kirtley's run on. Kirtley from 30, round on the right. Boom, quick, Silver.
The lad from Nooka. Look at him go.
Handball is to Long. They got a player running forward there. Now that is Land. Land goes on his left foot.
We pride ourselves on the St Mary's being a worker. Yeah, we've got blokes who, can win league medals. We've had players who've played AFL, but when you put this jumper on, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or what you've done. It's what you do in the jumper that matters most. So it's just a great reward for the guys that have put in the hard work, not just this year or the last 2 years, but the last 5 years, like I said, since we haven't won a grand final.
As a footy club, we've been growing pretty significantly over the last 6-7 years, and it sort of pretty much culminates this weekend for our first ever Men's Premier League game. So the timing was right to launch into a Men's Premier League team.
It's a whole new era. We've been sort of right up there and playing in grand finals, and I think the talk around town is why don't Pints put in a team in the Premier League? So we're probably getting into a position off field that we can do that. And why not? Why not step up into the higher grade and test ourselves? So that's a very challenging time, but we're looking forward to testing ourselves with the Premier League teams.
We've got a special jumper for the day that sort of highlights a bit of our past, so they'll all get to wear that, and we'll auction them off in a couple of weeks' time. So it has taken a lot of work, and there's been some key people who've done a huge amount of work, particularly over the last 12 months to get us here. But we'll see on Saturday, there'll be a big contingent of green and gold there, and it'll sort of make it all worth its while, and then as we develop.
Yo, my name is Vera, this is my son Basu, and we're training down at the beach for Auskick 2022. Yeah, when my kids got nothing to do, Yeah, I take them down to the beach, play footy with my kids, run, do push-ups, do exercise. This is where they learn it from Oz Kick. Oz Kick, Oz Kick. Oz Kick. Oz Kick. We line up 2 bottles, make a little goal. It could be rock or anything, coconut. If they don't have footy, they'll kick a bottle or even a coconut, as long as it's something to kick with.
Yeah, so Vera's been sort of a revelation. She's a parent that came down at the start just to help with her kids who came down. She has not missed a beat, so she's turned up. She just said, Webby, how can I help? And, just started to give her a little bit each week, to the point where at week 4 or 5, she ended up by saying, Vera, you're right to go, you can be a coach. She's actually taken them for the last 4 weeks, and she's been our head coach, hence why she's...
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. You're watching Tiwi Bombers versus Palmerston Magpies with Ash Manakaris and Rob Hale. Second game of the year. Kind of fresh 5 goals apiece there that quarter, Ash, from both sides. A bit of a shootout.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting that out of the Bombers. They came back quickly as we start the third quarter. Cruz looked like he got a hand on it. It's been up and under. Closey was the, not Closey, it was Mensch. Mensch put his hands up. And a 50 metre has been paid downfield. And not quite sure what that was for. But suddenly Mensch will go from inside the square to about 10 metres outside the goal square.
Mensch has been good for him today. He's one of those contributors that they have had. Guthrie was really good early, sharing that workload amongst that core group of players.
Mensch from directly in front has put that through.
Yep.
For their 13th goal. Well, they started like this in the third quarter, the Palmerston Magpies. They kicked a goal within a minute. In fact, they kicked 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Yeah, from Tiwi Bombers, I'm not wanting Palmer to shoot out here, as well as Palmerston. If I'm Josh Heath, I want him to put a few more 5 or 6 goals on in this quarter and take that margin out past 10 goals. Bit of a percentage, but obviously get the win first.
Well, let's see what... we'll get a feel for the Tiwi Bombers' fitness, I think, in this quarter, Robert, because they really threw everything they could at Palmerston after that first couple of minutes. Let's see if they've got anything left in the tank in this quarter to be able to maintain that rage.
Wiley's going to Guthrie as well again.
Whack, under pressure, kicked off the ground. Tip and Woody can't quite get clean pick up. In there was Guthrie again, over to Harvey. Quick toe poke out to Patrick. Now he's onto his teammate Green. Green, his kick hit the ground. And it's come back to the ruckman. Whack. Now into Closey. Here they are again, Harvey. They're just sharing it around. Harvey balks and then puts it on the boot up left. Pedersen is front position. Can't quite grab it and bring it to ground. Comes back out to Closey. Closey with the right foot inboard is Mensch again. Mensch drifted down from the midfield into the middle corridor.
Yeah, lowered the eyes again, Palmerston. They did that very well in the second quarter. And they've continued that into the fourth after a bit of a lacklustre third quarter.
And Closey's been very good too today. Brought a few of his teammates into it. But Mensch will go back now. He's probably going to kick from about 25 metres out, directly in front. So he has gone from having no goals at the start of this fourth quarter to 2 goals, and in 2 minutes.
2 quick goals in 2 minutes, yep. Tiwi Bombers really need to get back here, level this contest.
Well, the key came in that third quarter when the Bombers picked up. It was what happened in the mid zone, in the midfield, and at these ball ups. So let's just see now. I see Dion Moncara's made his way in there. Wiley's in there now. And so too is the boy Cantilla.
You got Mully Cruz in the ruck now.
And Cruz in the ruck. So let's see what Wiley does. And Wiley's gone straight to Guthrie, which is a good start. And Moncara is on Closey. You just let him go. Here we go. Wiley. Across to Closey. Hurried kick. Underneath it, though, is Brendan Cantilla. He goes back, plays on, has a bounce. Slippery conditions to do so. Then kicks right across the face and out of bounds. He put it out in front of his teammate. Just a little bit too far.
Tiwi forwards just rolling up here, which is good.
A lot of direction going on here. Cruz is dropping back into that pocket, into the hole. Pedersen wins it out one-handed. Good strong body contest here. Wiley. In fact, it was Hooker who's drifted up. Now they can get a run on. Cantilla. He's got Tip and Woody running back with the flight of the ball. Judges it beautifully, then plays on. Now he's got to give a handball over the top, which he does. Oh, Tristan Singh Lippo dances around.
Got to bounce it.
Now he's got to get a kick away, and he does that very quickly and then picks out a teammate. Off they go through Tipalura. It comes back though. Bodies in there, Rioli.
Deliberate.
And it's been ruled as deliberate out of bounds against Closey. And so Tristan Singh Lippo.
Had a good debut, Singh Lippo.
He certainly has. He goes back and just puts it straight on the boot, up and under, in the air. There's flyers, but it hits the ground. Patrick cleans it up. Oh, that's a bad mistake. They could pay a price here. Tipalura got it on the boot, but he got intercepted. Oh, and that was a great cut-off. Interception there.
The idea was good, Ash, but the execution was just what got him there. In one way, out the other.
I'm just whether or not that is John Tipalura.
I thought maybe Kim Cantilla.
Kim Cantilla? I couldn't quite pick up the number from that far away. My old eyes are failing me. Comes in to take the shot. Sets it up.
Ooh,
it's gone out of bounds on the full. A little bit too much there. Well, it's good that they're prepared to back themselves again, the Bombers, and haven't stopped. They just need a little bit of luck, and it all comes down to the bounce, and the bounce of the ball in slippery conditions tough.
Yeah, seemed like there's clear instructions for their forwards to push up the ground and then get them on the way back, and they got that just before in the play previous.
Over the top, that's Guthrie right in front of that screen. Whack the ruckman, gets out marked. It hasn't happened very much today.
Cantilla, he's been good.
No, yeah, and that was Brendan Cantilla, been very good today. That's a good contested mark.
Goes with the tall.
He's backed himself. Loose, Cruz. Here we go. Ducked under it. Played on is the call. It's come back out. Cruz wants it again. Tries to beat his man. He does. Here they go. Just stabs it inside. Oh, punched away from his own teammate. Tip and Woody, though, backs it back up.
Adam Parry.
Adam Parry has kicked that out of bounds.
He's come over from St Mary's this year.
Well, you know that it was a very, very. It was a great lead presented then by Stanley Tipalura.
Yeah, maybe that chemistry will be working a bit better for him later in the year.
I think so. I think they will get together. I think as Tip and Woody gets it smothered though off the boot. Brilliant work there, and they run it out of trouble. Just the diving Scott can't get it.
Kim Cantilla moving on the ball this quarter's looked a bit better. I think that's what they're going to need to do with those more experienced players, and the young quicks have stood up in the forward line when they've had opportunities.
I think they will gel together cohesively, and they will upset sides along the way when they do.
Yep.
The Bombers. Here we go, Tip and Woody again. He's been very active in the first few minutes of this quarter. Let's hope they can get some reward for that activity very shortly, and it's a great pass.
William Munkara here, the son of Simon, as mentioned before. Simon, a premiership player at Tiwi Bombers, and that inaugural first premiership, and premiership player, I think, in 2005 for the Darwin Buffaloes as well.
One of the most exciting players to strap on the boots, Simon Munkara. William already has one. Can he get his second? Just goes back, leans into it a little bit. Goal umpire himself doesn't move, and the Bombers have got their seventh, courtesy of William Munkara.
Yeah, I think he plays his juniors at Buffaloes when he does play. Played in the under-16s last year. It's only a young kid, but he's got his second.
And Adam Tip and Woody, good on him, because he has done a mountain of work in the first few minutes of this. We've gone 8.5 minutes here in this fourth term. He's done a mountain of work early.
Yeah, he certainly has. Once those older blokes lead from the front, these young blokes have just followed them. Really positive signs.
Very positive, and they brought them into the game, and that was an example where he's done that. Nathan Jakura in the middle.
Back into the ruck for him.
Yeah. Back into the ruck for him. Munkara's in there. Interestingly, they put Morgan Morris onto Munkara. He's got it straight away, Morgan Morris. Back to Phil Wills. They just bomb it straight out. Closey. Good body. Pedersen. Closey gives it off. Quick hands to Mensch running down through the midfield. Mensch with a left footer off target. He's kicked 2, Mensch, this quarter. Couldn't drag it back that time. Here we go. Turner. He's got the runner there and Dunn. He ignores him and goes to Rioli. Dunn still sneaking up. Now he goes in short. That's good work.
Maintain possession.
Yeah, just keeping possession. Austral. He's going to have to kick up the line, and he does, but he's got the runner there again, and Rioli fumbled it but keeps it in front of him, then keeps moving. Good work. They've gained ground and metres. Rioli not happy about something. He's not happy about something with Groves. Just being spoken to calm down. Now the ball will be thrown back in. They both miss it. Still loose. Jonathan Farah. Mensch plucked it out of the air. Now he can go back inboard.
Probably been in the best few, hasn't he, Mensch? Come to think of it.
He has. He worked himself into the game. Lampton. Pedersen. The big fella just puts it straight on the boot, looking for Scott. Front position, punches away from him. Betts is there, breaks one tackle, then puts it on the boot. Oh, beautiful pick out to Roach.
Just very clean, Eddie, hasn't he been today? You can tell that experience. I'd have him in the best four for Palmy today.
Well, he was just in there. Not only does he have the awareness, but he just has the presence to be able to sort of give himself time.
Probably could have had 4 or 5 today, Eddie, but he's dished off a couple.
So Roach will go back and have a shot. Not much of a bit of an angle to speak of, and that is going to be the problem because the distance wasn't. So it's gone through for a point. So a let off there for the Bombers. They needed that to be better. 14-12-96 plays 7-7-49.
2 goals to 1 this quarter. Edward Puntadamiridani contesting.
Farah over the top. The Wharf. Wharf keeps moving forward. Harvey with the left foot centering. They've got time. Oh, taken out there. Play on was the call. Betts again with a little grubber kick.
Eddie.
Brilliant.
That's Eddie's 3rd for the day. Amongst dishing off a couple. Very clean at the contest.
Just a brilliant goal there from Eddie Betts. Just sneak that through.
You got Will Farah to come back into this side. John O'Farah adds a bit of durability to their team. Played centre half back. He's played everywhere today. Josiah Farah getting some fitness in. Then you have Ashton Hams, who I think might play a back flank midfield role for him. Unsure why he's not in today, but he'll be coming in soon. After winning the flag for the Banks last year.
15 goals, 12, 102.
3 goals to 1 this quarter, I believe.
Yeah, they've actually ascertained their dominance, have the Palmerston Magpies. Jakira, whack. Munkara got his hands on it. Quick hands out to Jakira. A good body. Guthrie and Jakira. Well, he had a hand over, and Guthrie has earned himself a free kick. Oh, the quick hands though. Oh, Jakura almost has got a hold of Josiah Farah, but he breaks that tackle eventually. Scott cleaned up though. Good work there from Cantilla. Play on.
Free kick, is it going back to...
He's played a marking infringement.
Yep.
So he said that they were shepherded out in that mark. And so it'll be Green. Green's kick is to no one. Nowhere.
You have to Chicka Harvey there.
And it's gone over the boundary line and will be thrown in. So it's around about 70 metres around from the Palmerston goal.
Same game last year was a 20-point margin to Palmy. So Palmy have built on that from last season. Positive signs for them for 2022-2023.
Oh, this is great work by Turner. Turner just puts it on the boot after the boil. Kicks it forward. Tipalura was in there, diving on it. Now it's come back out. Good endeavour by the Bombers Bombers forwards, and they've earned it. Now they can be quick and get it back inside, which they have, and it's Cantilla. Now it's chipped over the top. There we go. Oh, spoiled. Spoiled the ball. Wiley dropped it. Play on. Pressure's still on. Still loose on the ground. Wolf is in there. He's wrapped up. Now it come back out. Oh, Tip and Woody couldn't quite get it. Still loose. Still in danger zone for Palmerston. Now they've get it outside their 50. Well, trying to soccer it off the ground didn't work. Now it's gone out of bounds and will be restarted.
Next week, Palmy will have Pints, which will be an interesting one tonight. Pints going up against Nycliffe at Nycliffe. Tough assignment. And Tiwi will have Saints coming off that 100-point loss.
Jakira. Bouncing ball. Hooker. Yeah, bounces up, kept in, and Hooker is the beneficiary of that. Sends it up. Cantilla can't quite grab it. He was there. Now the Palmerston has time. Lead again. Scott's the target. Early flyer at the back and grabs it, brings it down. Good grab in these conditions onto the running Pedersen. Pedersen just puts it up for Betts. Oh, but it's spoiled. Dropped. Loose. Betts is just sharking the area. Can it come out? No, it can't. Done. Into trouble. Then ready. Beats one. Yeah. Betts put him under pressure. Well, it looked like he was interfered with, and he was. And that's Cantilla Brendan. Now he's got time. Tristan Singh-Lippo couldn't quite grab it first time. Kim Cantilla's in there. He can't quite pick it up. It's the slippery conditions. Singh-Lippo was in with a bit of body. Ball still loose. Free kick's been found. It'll go to Singh-Lippo. Crowd getting right in this game. 16 and a half minutes gone.
The Yabala medalist
from last season. Singh-Lippo. Groves. Missed it completely. The ball's gone out of bounds. Tip and Woody was there in the contest.
Few adjustments from half-time for Toys. Hooker going on to Pedersen was a good move, and doing that run with roll with Wiley.
Yeah.
Going to
Guthrie.
Guthrie was really good.
It worked. Brought the big guys into the game and bottled it up. Made it harder. Whack. On to Mitch. On to Closey. Tristan Singh-Lippo again. Can't one grab clean it. Turner has to bounce over the top. Josiah Farah just keeps it in front of him. Now he's got a clean run. It's Betts. Betts versus Dunn. Punched away by Dunn. Play on is the call. Betts tries to tap it out and does so. Gets it to Morgan Morris. Morris turns inside on the right. No left foot, obviously. Hooker can't pick it up. Dragged off the ball. Pinged for holding the ball. And the free kick will go to Mensch.
Mensch has been the standout performer this last quarter for both sides.
He's already kicked, what's he kicked for the quarter? 2.
Yep, 2. It sort of worries me a bit with Palmerston. If Guthrie gets held, who's going to stand up next? And Mensch has been good through the middle, and a few others, and Wills will always give his best through there as well.
As Mensch goes in to get his third for the quarter and third for the game.
So we've got 4 goal kickers now, Palmerston, and the kick to 3. You've got Eddie Betts, Mensch with the 3. Josh Scott and Pedersen, both 3 apiece each as well. So they shared the workload, which has been real good for Palmerston. Few avenues to goal.
No, and Betts has actually looked dangerous every time he's gone near the ball. So he can actually produce anything.
Yeah, he can, can't he? He's brought a lot of that AFL forward craft.
So at the end of the day, against the better sides, we might be seeing, when I shouldn't say the better sides, against sides where he goes up a level, you might actually see Eddie with 4 or 5 goals because he's bringing players in.
Yeah, good luck to anyone who put the wrong match up on him.
Yeah.
You will be paying.
But, the Bombers have actually kept fighting this game out. And it looked a little bit bad for them 2 minutes into that third quarter, but gee, they bounced back and they've kept fighting on here. The ball is literally just not bouncing their way as Closey gets taken high and will go back and have a kick. And there's the man of the moment, Mensch. He's looking out wide for a target, and that target was Patrick, who spilled it. Slippery. Rain is still falling here at TIO, ever so lightly.
We've had it a few times free out in that wing there and just chipping it out there. Palmerston, which use that +1. Very important.
Pedersen's going to go up against Cruz. Takes front position, does Cruz, and then gets a big shove.
Gets a free.
And he's earned that.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2022-2023 season here at TIO Stadium live.
Restart play from Cruz. Hooker. Snuck up. Guthrie is going to get first to the ball and pick it up. One-handed. Finds Mensch again. Then onto the running Whack, who's had a very, very good game today. The big ruckman. And he driving forward, though, was looking for Betts.
Brendan
Cantilla just punched that through.
It's been good across halfback. Cantilla. He's played a bit taller than what he is. Yeah.
Hooker can't quite get it. Tambling doesn't really kick it anywhere. Whack cleaned up. Mensch, he's got a few to beat, but he goes all the way back. Not a great kick to Guthrie. Bouncing, still loose. Tippin Woody, though, keeps it in front. Just keeps patting it forward. Turner's in there too for the Bombers. Tippin Woody again, just socketed off, and a free kick's been found. And it'll go to Nagawali.
Lampton's got it here.
Oh, sorry, Lampton. My 6 and my 8s confused.
They do look similar. A little bit of control here.
It's Cox to Mensch. Mensch doesn't have a huge amount of options, so he might have to kick to a contest.
Oh,
and he's managed to pluck out Green across the Whack, the ruckman, big number 13. He just puts it up. Pedersen's the flyer, can't get clean hands on it. Now it's punch forward. Here we go. Dion Moncara in the middle of the oval. Little left foot kick. Over he goes. Now they got the runner Cantilla. It's tapped out to Tippin Woody. Here they come again to Turner. Turner with a right foot shot at goal. Just under pressure as he kicked and dragged it to the left. Good build up there from the Bombers.
Starting to get a little bit more chemistry here, those small forwards, which is good to see. I don't think a lot of those blokes have played together, all playing at different clubs as well as juniors.
So 22 minutes gone. 16-13, 109 plays, 7-7-49. Just waiting on it to restart. Punched away from Closey. Socket off the ground. Oh, can they snare one late? Oh, a diving Guthrie can't pick it up. Now they'll bring it up. In fact, that was Wharf onto Guthrie. He's got time and space. Now Guthrie again. He's got Pedersen in the middle, on the lead, on the own, bounces in front of him. Still got time to pick it up on the first bounce. Then he's up looking for Betts and Farah. That's Josiah Farah. Betts gets it. Then handballs over the top to Farah. Comes back to Mensch. Mensch with the left foot, just wants to centre it. Betts again, under pressure. Quick hands. That's holding the ball, you would think. And it is. And that was Morgan Morris. Well, they combined very well as a collective, but couldn't quite get away from the efforts of the Bombers' defenders. Chakura in particular.
Their leading patterns have been good today, Palmerston.
Dion Moncara pushes off his man, plays on quickly, and he can have another bounce if he wants. So he's had 2, now he's had 3. Runs through the midfield. Good pick out. Well, they're the type. That's should have been. He should have been able to hold that Tipalura, John. You kind of want to be able to hold those even in these slippery conditions. Wiley with a very strong mark contested. He comes back to Sylvester Tipalura. It's Coombs. So Mikey Coombs.
Black Caviar.
Let's see what he can do. And the siren will go before he actually gets a chance to do anything. And so it's full time here at TIO Stadium.
Yeah, 7-7-49 Tiwi Bombers, 16-13, 109 Palmerston. Goal kickers, we had Mensch got 3 along with Scott, Pedersen and Betts, all kicking 3, which is a good sort of spread of goal kickers. Tiwi Bombers with the young kids kicking goals, led well by the experience of Dion Munkara, Chikura and a few of those blokes. Hooker down back, did a roll in the second half, and Wiley doing the run with roll.
Yeah, very big effort here today, and if you're a Palmerston Magpies supporter, then you've got a lot to look forward to. And if you're a Tiwi Bombers supporter, you've got a lot to look forward to as well, because some of those goal scorers were young teenagers and they combined very well with their older players.
Yes, they did. And stay tuned. We've got the Tiwi, we've got Buffaloes going up against Wanderers, which will be a good challenge of the local clubs there, local Arikea clubs.